Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Wizardry for Wednesday, May 6th, 2020. And we're just making all kinds of audio mistakes today. Listen, if your Twitch stream auto starts in another thing, you'll hear yourself echoed back. In any case, let's go ahead and get exploring the dungeon. How are they fitting these horses in here? Oddish. Okay. Okay. Is that how you're gonna be, Wizardry? I guess that's how you're gonna be. I still don't have that many castings of the anti-poison spell. So, which one is it? Metamorphosis, right? Yeah. So, I can heal 3 people. Well, let's heal the big hitters. That way we have a chance of getting out of here. Yep, Yakupi still doesn't have any 4th level spells at all. Probably the price you pay for getting both. I'm just especially disappointed, Anish, because this is like the 2nd time in the last hour of gameplay that everybody's gotten poisoned with poison gas. Poor Anish. Alright, let's go heal him up. Hey, Hieronymus. How you doing? That's cool. I'm kind of really interested in seeing that. Hopefully I'll be around for it. (3 p.m.? Okay. I should be around. Yeah, your character's been great. One of the real heavy hitters of the party. Very tiny, wielding a very big sword. Pretty cool. By far the most useless one has been Oddish. He sets off every poison gas trap he comes around, and I keep having to run all the way out of the dungeon to heal everybody. Lots of fun. No, everybody has a good use. Let's see. Moporfic. One of my big problems with this one is I just cannot remember the spells by these names. They make no sense. Or no sense to me, so. Alright. Now everybody's AC is a bit lower. I'm going to aggressively use autosaves up here. Because this is a really dangerous floor. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are like traditional for the Wizardry series, but you're right. They are really, really opaque. It was much better in 6 and on when they just went ahead and renamed them all Light, Fireball, and all the regular things. There's lots of mounted enemies on this 4th floor of this tower. I don't know where they're keeping all of these horses. Maybe that's the floor with the stables. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't been able to manage to get past this bit right here because everything's so dangerous. These Miyagis, they have 1,000,000 hit points and they just sit there and cast spells on their own AC. Very lucky here to have knocked him out. Alright, we'll let him try again. Forbidden box. Sure, go for it. It was actually right. I guess even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Can he do it twice in a row? Nope. Ghost Swarm. Ghosts, everybody. So, yeah. Let's head back to town. Yeah, Patrick Swayze's pretty mean. Takes everybody down to like single-digit health. Maybe they all aspirated clay. Well, everybody's just gonna sleep. Since we can afford the good rooms. Yeah, nobody puts baby in the corner. A happy birthday, Char. You just turned 15. The inn system is so weird in these old Wizardry games. Everybody ages independently of everybody else. Well, at least you're not Echofar. He's 13. Which is awfully young for an elf, right? And Oddish is just way ahead of the curve at 26. Probably because he's died the most and I've had to resurrect him the most, and that adds almost a year onto your age. They started him like 4, so he's not that young. Yeah, reviving adding years reminds you of a tabletop system. Exactly. At least, so far, there are no level gray monsters. That would be a huge drag. Alright. You age and your adventure ends when you die of old age. That's just pretty cool. What system is that? Oh. Huh. Musketeer Times. The only one I know of that said anything remotely close to that is On Guard. But I've never played that one, actually. 1648. I'll have to look for it. It sounds pretty cool. Alright, let's see some new samey corridors. go ahead and nuke him. It seemed interesting, but like all tabletop systems, I have nobody to play it with, so I didn't get it. Yep. Well, especially right now. I mean, I've been playing in 2 D&D games since 5th edition came out, but I've utterly failed to get anything else onto the table in the last couple of years, except for a game of Doctor Who we were playing here at home. Counterpunch. This reminds me to get my Porfic up and going. Just played Arkham Horror card game online in Tabletop Simulator. How did that go? Yeah, I mean, that's where they all end up, isn't it? Okay. That's a long hallway. My dude is based all around a gatebook, which basically lets me travel wherever I want on the map, which means I can also aggro enemies and then teleport somewhere else. That seems pretty good. I think we tried playing Arkham Horror once in a game group I was in Louisville, and the game just kind of stalled and didn't go anywhere. We had much better luck with Curse of Dracula, which we played an awful lot for a game that takes so long. Okay, unlocked grate. Unlocked failed, but it didn't say it couldn't be picked. The card game's pretty straightforward. Even a dumb like me can do okay as long as I get a pre-built deck. Oh, is it like a CCG or deck building game or something? Those always kind of get to me. I was playing a little Netrunner, having fun, and then they kind of ended support for the game, so... Yeah, it's a CCG. Because I thought they had released an actual, like, card game version of the board game without the CCG. Fantasy Flight doesn't seem to end support for games. Well, they certainly ended Netrunner. Arkham Horror's been going for like 3 years. Yeah, I never even really got into Magic or anything back in the day. I really liked the Over the Edge role-playing game. So they had a CCG a million years ago on the Edge, that I bought a lot of cards for and played a bit. But since nobody in the area really played, it was me providing people with decks and teaching them how to play, and nobody ever buying any cards, so... Yeah, packs every couple of months with no randoms. That's exactly what Netrunner was like. And I like that model a lot better than actual real randoms. I can't believe that Magic is still like that. I have no idea what such a low-level enemy was doing up here on this level. Everyone really likes this one CCG. It's by the designer of Magic. Yeah, Richard Garfield. Which one? Every single deck is procedurally generated. What's it, a computer-based CCG? Actually, there's another door back there. I think we're getting laden down with items again. No packs, but every deck is unique. Oh, I remember seeing that. They actually like have different names printed on them and everything, and you get like a random combination of a couple different factors in each deck. That would look like it might be interesting, but it also looked like it might be just a massive kind of pain. Every inventory slot in the entire party is full, so back to town we go. I did realize something the last time I was doing this. Instead of bopping in and out of the dungeon a million times so that the bishop can identify everything, I can just pay to identify everything, because the amount that you pay for it is the amount it will sell for if you don't want it. So sometimes the matches can drag, but it ain't so bad. And now it's going to bother me what the name of that game is. Let's see. Keyforge. And I also remember when it first started up, apparently their algorithm to check for decks that might have kind of weird names or offensive things was not very good. Though I can't remember any specific examples of the questionable names it generated. I remember they were pretty funny in a terrible kind of way. Let's surprise some bees. Rare and profitable named decks. Alright. To the store we go. Battle Axe, I know I don't need that. An Amulet of Ice. That might be useful. Staff of Revenge. A ninja cowl, but unfortunately I don't have any ninjas. And a heavy crossbow. It's probably destined for Oddish there. Joined a Keyforge trying to get packs unplugged, but I wanted to wander around. Yeah, that's always been my thing at conventions. Getting involved in a huge structured tournament can be really fun. I've done a couple of Teach You tournaments and a couple of Crokinole tournaments. But man, do they really impact your ability to like randomly game and do other things. Okay. Let's go back in here and sell a couple of those things. We definitely don't need a battle axe. Or a ninja cowl. Another recovery card. No, not 5,000. No. Okay. The Arkham Horror co-op session with 30 people. So there were like 6 tables working together. 2 of those Aztec swords that were all obsidian teeth. And I just murdered everything. Well, that sounds fun. A lot of this stuff is, in fact, way too expensive to identify. Alright, I guess we'll do this the boring way. That session was hard mode, but all max level. Oh, let's choose overpowered decks and just go in and really go at it. That sounds fun. Do not need a smiling mask. We don't need an evil shield because it's only for evil characters. Okay, so find some other things to identify. Yes. Rod of Necrology. It allows you to bring somebody back from the dead. Useful thing to have around in some circumstances. It would have helped us with the poison cloud from earlier. Okay. Okay. Oddish still has some stuff to give. Crystal. Scroll, it says. I have no idea what that's for. If I remember right, I can't use best plate. Or elven chain. Alright. So once again, back to town we go to sell some stuff. Remember looking up the Bardiche, and it's not as good as what we've got. Everybody who can use iron gloves is using them, and the evil shield is not usable by our party. So you have a sweet cape. You do. Shadow cape. You can hide another person on your turn if you use the shadow cape. I've almost never done it though. I tried it once to see what it was like. Can't remember if I looked up the Sword of Fire or not, so I guess I'm going to have to do it again. Can't use Elven Chain. Or Best Plate. Okay. Let's go divvy up the gold. Everybody, 22,000, not too shabby. Well, that Echo is still carrying two unidentified things, so we may as well do that. I swear, several hours of this playthrough have been spent combing through the inventory. Old school inventory management is just painful. And his neutral G is good. Oddish was evil for a little while because I accidentally attacked some friendly woodsman or something, and it took a long time for him to become good again. The only practical consequence of that is if he fell out of the party for any reason, the inn won't let you form a party with good and evil characters in it. You have to merge two parties together in the dungeon. Oh no, I touched it. Okay. So back to trying to identify stuff. Another Bardiche. And a steel helm, which I think somebody will be able to use. Sounds tedious. I thought you were going to say they'd fall out of the party and become enemies in the dungeon, which would be cool. It would be cool. Except that there's always people who want to run all evil parties for no reason, because the whole alignment mechanic in these games doesn't really do anything except for a couple of items that are locked to alignments. So let's have some other people carry some of these unknown things. The Mace of Power doesn't sound too bad. Steel Helm. And the Rod of Flames. Okay. One more round of selling in town. Rocking the best alignment as shown by the Shin Megami Tensei games. Exactly. Alright. Figure out what all those items are for, and their stats and who gets to use them sometime off stream. Because if that wasn't boring, then watching the game on pause while I look things up in a FAQ is even more boring. So let's go back and explore a tiny bit more of that floor. Seeing as everybody's all healed up and everything. Friendly group of masters. Oh, leave them. So, third-party map maker. Yeah, it's a program called Grid Cartographer, and it allows you to make grid and hex-based maps. So there are a lot of different things you can do with it. You can make maps for role-playing games. It has a lot of tools for that, and those are getting better. It has like built-in emulator support. So you install a specific emulator, you can emulate it in one side of the window and then map it in the other. And you can make yourself a profile for the game, which says, okay, here's the spots in memory where the X and Y coordinates are and which direction the character's facing and so on. And that way you get a map with, you know, the little avatar thing on there that that tracks your movement, which is nice. So I have some earlier Wizardry Gaiden games for the Game Boy that are in here, a couple other Wizardry cartridges, and some non-Wizardry stuff. Actually, a lot of Megami Tensei games that I'm thinking about streaming sometime. Like at one point, Atlas re-implemented Namcot's original games in their own style, and I've got those together in a cartridge, all translated and everything. And I've also got a fully translated version of Namcot's original Megami Tensei game for the NES. There's like a part translation for part 2, but it's not very finished. That would be great for like SMT1. Strange Journey. Oh, doesn't Strange Journey have an automap? I thought it did. Oh yeah, bullshit teleporters. It really helps with that, as well as spinners, because you can instantly tell which direction you're facing. Yep. I bought Strange Journey, didn't play it when it first came out. I bought the Redux version and still haven't played it. So, that's a constant theme with me. I love the games in that series, and when I play them, they're really fun. But, like everything else, I keep buying them and not playing them. Alright, what's this way? Over here and here. Walls. I know, the Raito series is so cool in that, kind of jazzy era in Japan, and all the different things that go on in it. Another game where I've played quite a bit of it actually, but I have never finished either Raito. Right over here on a nearby bookshelf I've got my little Raito Jack Frost. But I'm not convinced that anything that's not Persona related is coming at any point, really. I'll gladly play Shin Megami Tensei 5 when it comes out, but who knows when it's coming out. Next to Teddy and the cat from Persona 5? Exactly. I mean, and I love Persona. The original Persona is what got me into the series in the first place. And it got me thinking that a modern day Raito could also be really interesting with the newest Raito. We sort of kind of got a side of that in what is it, Innocent Sin? But not really. Alright. Isn't Soul Hackers basically modern Raito? I suppose so. I don't think it's explicitly tied to it, though. Is it? It's been a long time since I played the first third of Soul Hackers. Yeah, Kuzunoa Detective Agency. Yeah, Persona 2 Innocent Sin as well, right? That's where you spread rumors. Poison gas? You better disarm it. He did. In the new version of Soul Hackers, you fight Raito in a time dimension. Well, I definitely didn't get that far. Alright, well, here's one of those things where I am pretty stumped as to what to do next. Um, this gate here doesn't even have any kind of clue as to what to do to move on at it. I did just discover a jewel, and a jewel opened the last gate, so I guess we could try that. There's a harem on this level, and when you go in, there's a woman in there who says, "Do you have the letter? If not, get out." And I haven't found a letter. So use item. Oh, forgot who had it. There we go. Crystal. Nothing happened. It's not the answer there. See, this is kind of what happened in Lost Child before I lost my progress. Yep. The thing is with this game, usually I figure it out when I'm not playing it. All of a sudden I go, oh hey, you know what, I'm dumb. And I should obviously go and do this, and then that's the thing that works. So... but the only thing I can think of to do in this case is to do a secret door check around the perimeter of this upper area. And I don't know if that'll turn up anything. I don't have any patience for that anymore. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I typically don't too. It better be a bomb. It was not trapped. That's almost as good. Which is one reason I'm playing this game for a series like this, where it's just a thing where I get on at lunchtime, play for an hour, and then stop, so that I don't feel stuck and frustrated very much, and I have some sort of reason for continuing to play, because this is like hour 24 or so. Because a couple of the sessions went over, and then there were some late night and off schedule sessions too. And I'm not tired of it just yet, except for shuffly inventory management. And frankly, I'll take a look at a fact before getting stalled for too long. I've already done that once in this playthrough. I should have looked at a fact. The thing I find about the facts is it's way too easy to get a spoiler for something you didn't want a spoiler for. It's like, I just want to know what the very next thing to do is, not the next 6 things. In like Isaac or Gungeon, when you can blast the secret door open? Exactly. Or just take out a wall. I do have sort of an interesting spell. Let's see what it shows us. What is it called again? Calco. So this is a psionic ability that Carnudo has. It lets us peek past a wall. Yep, there's some stuff over there. I'm not really sure exactly how this spell would help you in any given circumstance. Except in one circumstance, right, where there's a totally blocked off block with walls on every side, you can look past it to see if there's anything in there. It will just say solid, if there's not. You can also use it to check and see if the edge of the map is actually the edge of the map. This is some of the doors locked Silent Hill shit, where every door is basically locked, but I guess they include them for verisimilitude. I suppose. I mean, I think it's really hard to design a crawler dungeon without locked doors and puzzles, or at least key finding to get past them. I suppose a lot of modern crawlers go in more for exploration type puzzles. You explore enough and then you find the switch that you throw to open the door. Yeah, what this one is, I don't know. So let's take a look at some maps, because I think that I have mapped everything else. That floor is completely done. That's the floor we're working on. We haven't gotten to that one yet. Second floor. First floor. Basement level 1. What was over here? A baby in a force field crib. Yep. And then this would be basement 2. A lot of piled up bodies and some severed heads, but not a lot much else of interest. And past that, some unknown level. So I don't know. Just gonna go back and stand by the entrance and save the game, I think. Lunchtime is just about over. Gotta rescue the baby. You actually can't rescue the baby. It's crying in a crib, but it's got a force field around it that resists your touch, but you get, it drops like a crystal that falls through the force field and you can pick it up. What that crystal is for is unclear. I tried using it on the force field to get at the baby, but no such luck. I would go and work on another tower, but if I did that, then the inventory would fill up with even more stuff that I can't drop. Because there are things which are required for quests that you don't want to get rid of. If the shopkeeper won't buy it, it pretty much has to stay in your inventory until you know you don't need it anymore. So, it's kind of a pain. Alright. Leave party, quit game. That saves everything. It's now safe to turn off the power. So, it was good to see you, HZ. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate the chat. And maybe I'll see you again next time. Oh, you're very welcome. I hope it was at least a little enjoyable. So, I'll see you. Bye.